Most single Muslim women ask a very important question. Now, if a Muslim man, a good one, does not want to marry me, should I spend my whole life alone? Good question, ladies. Now, when a bad, maybe not so good Muslim man comes to a father and asks for his daughter, he's not financially able to keep up a home. He's got luggages and packages all over the place. And he got this long beard, and he thinks that that's going to pay the bills. Me and my beard, we're going to pay the bills. Do you know why? Because I have faith, and God's going to make it happen. Well, that's not how it goes. God tells us to tie our camel down and do the work, put the effort in, and then He will make make it easier for you. Not that you play with your little beard and say that I'm not going to shave it because I am too religious and too good to pay my bills. I'd rather put that on my wifey. Now, when a man like that comes to ask for a Muslim woman's hand for marriage, most fathers say, you know what, I feel sorry for this lad, and my daughter's a piece of bag of potatoes, so let's ship her off because we can't feed her. I mean, they don't say it literally, do they? Mm-mm. One woman came to me, and she was put in an arranged marriage. She was like 16 years old. That's kind of young, isn't it? Okay. And she said that I was in an arranged marriage, and my parents shipped me like I was one nice bag of potatoes. Young, fresh bag of potatoes. And then she wanted to please her parents. Gullible folks. You want to bring your cousin to America, don't you? We want to help him out. So since we want to pretend like we don't have any food to feed you, we'll ship you off to a better home. Or is it a worser home? Anyways, he turned out to be an abusive son of a gun, which she later divorced, and not with the authority or encouragement of her family, but with her own integrity and her own self-respect and her own willpower. She left this sorry man. Then her family ostracized her and they left her, saying, it's your fault, you're where you're at. Now you're 4 kids later. What he wants to do for you, go back to him. She was smart enough to not go back to him. But what she later found out was that Muslim men asked for her hand in marriage, but do you know what the condition was? Go toss your kids to your ex-husband, and we'll marry you as long as you take care of our 3 sons. Sounds like a good bargain, huh? Good negotiation there. Yes, sorry, scumbags. So that's the question we asked. Should this woman spend the rest of her life alone waiting for a Muslim man, a bad one, to come to her? Who's going to tell her to take her kids and ship them off to her ex-husband, abusive one? Some women think, you know what? I'm not saying this, people, and I'm not encouraging anything. I heard this from this woman. She said, I'd rather marry a Christian man because I don't want to wait for a sorry Muslim man to come and tell me to marry him with conditions, to take care of his kids while have me toss my kids to my ex-husband who's abusive. Some people would say, you know what? Why should she spend her life alone if she finds a good Christian man? I mean, a Muslim man doesn't want her, right? Again, I'm not encouraging anything. I'm just telling you what people are saying. Now, when, on the flip side, when a Muslim, good Muslim, decent man, which are few and far between, and finding them is like finding needles in a haystack, comes to ask a Muslim woman for her hand in marriage. Yeah, so he comes and asks her father, can I marry your daughter? I mean, I'm financially stable. I can house and feed her. Forget the house and feeding thing. He can financially support her. He's a good man. He has some morals and values. And he generally is a good, caring, compassionate individual. He's a family man. He's a good husband. He would be a good husband. But he's from a different race. But let's not forget he's Muslim. So what does the father say? I mean, I'm not saying this, people, okay? I'm saying what people are saying, and their stories need to be heard. They need to be out there, right? Their voices need to be heard. So this Muslim man came and he said the following. Stop the tape so I can tell you his side. Now listen to me, daughter. This Muslim man you might think is a good man, but he's not from our race. He doesn't have the same culture. I can't even speak to him in my language. So you are not going to marry him. You're going to marry the poorest Muslim man that I find for you. I don't care if he's from the grass or from the farms, or if he's a shepherd. You're gonna marry him. You're not gonna marry this other Muslim man that came to ask her hand in marriage. I don't care if he's a good Muslim man. He doesn't have the same culture. He doesn't have the same language. And I'm not willing to marry you to him. I don't care if he's Muslim. You understand me? That's all I'm gonna say. End the story. Young lady, get in your room and that's it. Now you see the struggle that Muslim women face. Should they spend the rest of their life alone? Or should they listen to their family and get married to a lower than average Muslim man, which will lead them to a life of misery? That's a good question. Well, I've heard things from sheikhs, and they've said the following. These stories have actually happened. This is fact, people, not fiction. Because of the struggle that Muslim women face between choosing to please their parents and having a good Muslim woman come to ask for their hand in marriage from their fathers or my parents, and for them giving them the no to a good Muslim man just because he's of a different race. According to the sheikh, what happens is the following. Muslim women go and they marry non-Muslim men. Pretty sad, huh? And the sheikh says, when the girl goes and she does that, she marries a non-Muslim man, the girl goes to marry a non-Muslim man because the family do not give her, it's a struggle, the choice to marry a good Muslim man that's out of her race. They say no to that, so these women don't want to spend their lives alone, so when they do get married to a non-Muslim man, like a Christian man, the father comes to the sheikh. This is true, people. This happened. Sheikh said it with his own mouth. That the girl no longer keeps contact with the family because they don't accept her, right? They ostracize from her. And the father is like, my daughter, I don't know anything about her. Right? The father says that. Goes to the sheikh. And you know what the sheikh answer says? His answer is, well, that's your fault, dummy. He didn't say dummy, but he's like, that's your fault. You did that. You pushed her to that. When a good Muslim man came to ask for a hand in marriage, you said no. And on the flip side, those single women, when no good Muslim man comes to ask for the hand in marriage, what are they left with? What do you Muslim men leave them with? They don't want to spend their lives alone. I mean, who does, right? Their parents are not going to be there for them the rest of their lives. So they have the struggle to choose or pick either to live their lives alone or to find a good lad. And he may not even be Muslim. And people, I'm not encouraging this. I'm just saying that you Muslim society are driving these Muslim women, single women, and single women with kids to go and seek non-Muslim men. The ball's in your court. And the sheikh is, and that's all I have to say. Thank you.